So Suzanne, would you mind explaining what it actually is that we're breathing in?
Yes. I mean, it's a vast topic. Essentially, we've got primary sources of air pollution and secondary sources. Primary sources being emissions. So if we're thinking across different sectors, of course, it's not just traffic. There's a whole set of emissions. So agriculture, for example, fertilizer, industry, domestic heating, shipping, aviation. And then, of course, you get interactions between chemicals in the air and generation of secondary pollutants. We broadly talk about particulate matter, which is a very heterogeneous mixture of both solids and particles, and we classify that by size. That's why we talk about PM10, 10 micrometers or below, PM2.5, and then the very ultrafines, which we're just beginning to now research, and nitrogen dioxide, which is very, very heavily dominated in urban areas by traffic emissions. So that's a sort of broad landscape in terms of the pollutants. I mean, they're also, we need to think about the short and the long-term health effects. So there's acute health impacts that we talk about, like asthma exacerbations, for example, a very immediate reaction. And then those chronic long-term health effects from accumulation of risk, being exposed to chronic pollution over many, many years. And then we're talking about things like coronary heart disease, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, the lungs, stroke, and certainly now increasing evidence around brain health, cognitive decline.
People tend to distance it from themselves and not think about the actual people living there and what it's like to actually be in this environment. And we tend to think about it as a theoretical thing, and we talk about how, air pollution here is exceeding legal limits, but no one ever visualizes what that's like and what that's like for the people living on the ground.